For those of you who have been following me over the last 2 decades, know I'm very successful when it comes to my totals wagers in all sports. I don't get scared away from going under on totals that are very low, and I don't get scared away from going over on totals that are very high. Now, that's not to say I partake in both all the time, but I pick my spots. And I have one of those situations that goes on Saturday night in college football as the South Alabama Jaguars travel to Baton Rouge to take on the LSU Tigers. Nothing like college football, nothing, I should say, typifies college football than a Saturday night game in Baton Rouge. Before I get to that pick and analysis, just a couple friendly reminders, folks. If you can kindly just give me a like, as a small token of your appreciation for the time, work, and effort I put into bringing you a quality free pick video each and every day. I would deeply appreciate it. Wager Talk TV would deeply appreciate it. And it would make me happy, folks. And I know that small little favor isn't going to be much trouble for you. So just hit that like button. Also, folks, if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, which is Wager Talk TV, I don't know what you're waiting for. It's absolutely free to do so. And who doesn't like free, right? You're all watching because this is a free pick video. Anyway, click that subscribe button below. You'll be privy to some of the best sports betting experts in all the world. And I say that with the utmost confidence and based on over 2 decades of experience in the sports betting industry. And while you're at it, folks, and this goes for you, for those who have subscribed. If you haven't done this already, go into your YouTube settings and click on the Wager Talk TV alert notification bell, and you'll be notified immediately upon any of our future content going up on our great channel. Okay, had a little bit of a brain freeze. All right, let's go to the game at hand that we're going to discuss, and it's LSU and South Alabama. Again, Baton Rouge, Saturday night, 7:45 Eastern time. Right now, the total in that game is 65. And again, folks, I am recording on Wednesday, the 25th, so 72 hours in advance of this game. So depending on when you view the video, that total is subject to change. South Alabama, 3 games versus FBS opponents this year, 35.3 points per game and 463.7 yards per game offensively. Defensively, little less to be desired. 31 points per game allowed and 446.3 yards per game allowed. So defensively, they've been porous. Offensively, they've been explosive. And I didn't notice I counted just the FBS games. They also played another game against an FCS opponent and won that game 87-7. I know they scored 87 points. I'm not sure what the opposition scored, but it was like 87-7 or 87-10. Not willing to count that game into all the calculations. So it's a little bit askew, it being just 35.3 points per game, because it's much higher than that if you look at their season totals. South Alabama is coming off a 48-14 upset win at Appalachian State last week. And the Jaguars, since 2022, have played 6-0 to the over following a road win. LSU, 3 games versus FBS opponents. Again, I'm leaving out the one game they played Nicholls State, who is an FCS team. Their offense averaging 30 points per game and 431 yards per contest. And keep in mind, folks, although those numbers are lower than what we saw with slightly lower anyway, than what I mentioned with South Alabama, LSU has played a much more difficult schedule in those 3 games versus FBS opponents. And the Tigers defensively leave a lot to be desired, to be quite frank with you. And under Brian Kelly, that has seemed to be a continual theme since he's taken over as head coach at LSU. The Tigers this year so far, 25.7 points per game allowed and 380 yards per contest in their 3 games versus FBS opponents this year. Since 2022, all with Brian Kelly, the Tigers have played 32-9 over the total And boy, pay attention to that. 22-9 over the total under Brian Kelly since 2022. And next week, the calendar turns October, and that number improves to 15-4 from October on over the total with Brian Kelly and LSU since 2022. Also, since 2022, LSU has played 3-0 to the over at home whenever there's been a total of 63.5 to 70. So when their totals get set in the range they are now, which is very high, there's good reason, and they've fulfilled their obligation to put the game over the total, whether it be their combination of explosive offense and their somewhat porous defense as well. So I'm going to go South Alabama and LSU over the total of 65 on Saturday night in college football. Folks, my college football premium picks, these free picks are great, but the last two Saturdays, 8-1 with my college football premium picks. And that includes 3 straight up dog winners on Saturday, as I had Navy, SMU, and BYU, all as underdogs, all straight up winners. My college football now on a 22-11 run dating back to last season, which is good for 67%, 74-40 since September 9th of last year, which is good for 60% and a net profit of $4,911. And since I've been aboard with Wager Talk Media, I started in 2021, but last year during football season, I was with their sister site, Sports Memo, but all our streaks are combined together. And since the start of last season, #1 in money earner in college football. So again, folks, a lot of success in college football since the start of last year here at Wager Talk. Take advantage by going and checking out my direct link, wt.buzz/RB. Better yet, subscribe to an annual package, whether it be college football, and NFL combined. Last year, college football and NFL combined, I was #2 in terms of money earned. Okay, so 90-day all-access pass, by the way, right now, folks, normally $8.99, still is $8.99. The difference being is we're going to give you an additional 30 days free right now. That's a $299 value. So instead of getting 90 days for $8.99, you're going to get 120 days. And if you stop and do the math, that's going to cover you for pretty much the rest of the college football and NFL season, take you into about the first half of the NBA season and college basketball season. So a ton of good stuff right there within that offer. That's $8.99, 90-day all-access pass, and we'll give you an additional 30 days absolutely free, a $299 value. Absolutely free, and it amounts to somewhere around $49 a week, folks. So take advantage of that offer. The objectivity here for all of us at Wager Talk is to make you money over the long haul, and that's the only way you can get a true gauge on how good a sports betting expert is. Until the next time, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to give me a like. Until the next time, like I just said, take care and God bless, folks.